And, of course, when you're done, they're going to close up shop, and there'll only be a few major media outlets and one centralized system and talking points that are put out. And then anyone else that criticizes, they'll have the global social score, the mark of the beast, where if you don't play ball and actually cheerlead on the platforms, then you will suddenly lose your job. You will suddenly lose your wife, your husband. You'll suddenly lose your kids. You'll lose all the little special deals you can get in the giant casino gulag in the sky that Max Kaiser talks so much about and that Matt Drudge talks so much about. You know, we will beat these globalists if people wake up and if they take action. But if they don't, we're going to lose everything. It's that simple. I mean, they're coming for everything we've got. They think we're soft, dumb Americans that spend half our time in front of screens every day. And they don't want us jacking into the Matrix. Take the Matrix analogy like an attack ship, trying to send people in to get people out of it. And they used to be arrogant. Oh, they'll never listen to Jones. So what if he's got more viewers and listeners than us? We don't want to admit that because our sponsors might leave us. Your sponsors are big megacorps. They're not going to leave you because you're falling. They're going to increase your funding. And you figured that out. But they had a price. There is a price, barbarian. And you said, what's the price? Advocate all truth. Submit to evil, become instruments of corruption, instruments of racketeering, call for censorship, spew out endless lies, and destroy your competition even as you defame them. Only then will you be powerful enough. And, of course, when you're done, they're going to close up shop, and there'll only be a few major media outlets and one centralized system and talking points that are put out. And then anyone else that criticizes, they'll have the global social score, the mark of the beast, where if you don't play ball and actually cheerlead on the platforms, then you will suddenly lose your job. You will suddenly lose your wife, your husband. You'll suddenly lose your kids. You'll lose all the little special deals you can get in the giant casino gulag in the sky that Max Kaiser talks so much about and that Matt Drudge talks so much about. I remember when the Black Mirror, I've only seen a few episodes of it, everybody kept saying, oh, I read one of your articles from 4 years ago. Did you write the Black Mirror piece? It's about a global social score and everything you do is tracked. You've got to be a cheerleader for the system or you get, you know, everything cut down to you basically starve to death. And I said, no, that's the plan. See, so then Hollywood makes a joke out of it to actually condition you and get you ready for it. So that's where you're going. And a lot of people at the New York Times and at BuzzFeed and other places have said, hey, I love the Matrix. Just make me somebody famous in it, and I want steak. I want a lot of steak. I just want to have fun. So they're all celebrating because they're the liberals. They control things. They were at the university. They make $30,000 a year, but they get to destroy things. They get to screw up minds, and they get to feel like they're part of the power structure. The president needs to push for antitrust hearings. The president needs to break this up. This is illegal. All these companies working together, they're already strangling the Republicans. They're already strangling the Freedom Caucus. They're already strangling the state governors. They're already strangling everything. They're already blocking local police departments and PR outreach to kids because they see whatever's in America and the existing free market capitalist system that's got its problems, but it's perfect compared to them. They see it as the enemy in a existential overthrow. So they have taken over the internet, got us all to advertise that we're on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, let us push all our energy to them to make them #1 for years and to make them 90% of the web, and now they're using that monopoly power to crush everyone and strangle it and say, socially conform to us and we won't censor you. So most conservatives went, fine, what is the token of travel? They said, we want you to attack Alex Jones. People were told this. Don't promote Alex Jones. In fact, attack him. We'll let those videos go viral. So everyone, from former members of my family to people I've known and done nothing to, lined up to attack and demonize me for a year and a half to set the precedent. Then they move to the next person. Okay, now it's Candace Owens. Get rid of her. Now it's this person. And then everybody gangs up on them until they think they'll be the last person standing. And Glenn Beck was told 4 years ago that he would be the last guy standing, but now he knows they set him up. They believe they'll be the token conservative that goes on air and basically goes along with the power structure like a George Will or a William F. Buckley. They're going to that model, and it's happening to everyone. Now, David Knight's going to be in for a few segments, and then I'm going to be back with emergency special reports we're working on and some big breaking news in the live feeds. And we're going to continue into the 4th hour with Paul Watson. Is going to be on with the latest information. I'll be back on and so much more. And then I'm going to come back in to be on the War Room this afternoon with the streams that are at Infowars.com and Newswars.com. But this is everybody's fight, and it's happening now in a big, big way. They didn't just take my podcast off. They took all our others. They took Owen Schroyer's off. They just said, you bullied a child. You were transphobic. You were Islamophobic. We don't even show you what we say. You're now off everything because we organized the left to lobby for it and to call for it and to pillory and to have lawsuits concerted with it to demonize you. This is the plan. But the number one most important thing you can understand is this. This is about you. This is about shutting you up. This is about coming after your free speech. This is about the big enchilada. Period. And now is the time to tell your neighbors, your friends, your family, everybody you work with, not just today, but tomorrow and next week and next month. Hey, remember Infowars? Remember News Wars? Remember President Biden? Man, the guy they're scared of, the guy they demonize, the guy they don't want you to know about. What is it he's talking about? Well, he was an evil American that learned about a global government plan. He was an evil American that learned about a plan to break up the family. He was an evil American that learned about a plan to make us all poor that Bill Maher even admits. He was an evil American that had to be taught a lesson. So we cherry-picked a few things he said over the years and misconstrued it and built it all up as the pretext to then set the precedent to shut everybody else down. So why don't you be a free human and actually find out at Infowars.com/show? Because, you know, the next thing they're going to do is try to get rid of our apps and our Droid apps and our iPhone apps that you can still subscribe to for now and share with folks. That's a fine vehicle. But the most important thing I've been talking about for a long time in probably 50 meetings, and today it's going to finally happen. I was at a meeting last week, and I said they'll ban us off YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter probably in the next 2 weeks, the midterms. And I'm like, oh, no, they won't. I'm like, well, I just need links on the articles and the pages. Get the podcast here, because the podcast is us. A lot of you can't watch or listen live. We're going to be off all these platforms. You're going to want to go get the... But what do I know? You know, it's kind of like around here, frickin' meteorite could hit the building. And we got a great crew. They're just not arrogant like, you know, the New York Times. They don't think much of themselves in a good way. So it's kind of like, yeah, never going to happen. Never going to happen. I told like 5 people in meetings last week, never going to happen. Because, you know, I don't know anything. So what'll never happen is links all over Infowars.com and at the top of every article and the bottom of every article to get the free newsletter and to get the free app. Because all of you need to get it and share it with everybody. Separately, globalists think you're dumb. They think you're weak. They think you're not going to go get the great supplements and products we've got at InfoWarsStore.com. They think you're not going to take advantage of the big sales. We've got 40% off on the fish oil, the krill oil, and the honor roll for your kids. Smaller little gel caps for your kids. And they think you're never going to actually, you know, check out all the things we have at InfoWarsStore.com. But I know you are. So check out those big specials at InfoWarsStore.com or 888-253-3139. I want to thank you all that have stood with us. We're changing the world thanks to you. But they're coming after us in a big, big way. You know, my feed says breaks begun over here, but I didn't get any feed. So I guess they just cut the feed off, or I don't know anymore. Who the hell cares? Whatever. Who cares? The clock's working around here. Hell, like I said. Anyways, they're going to shut the economy down, and they're going to break everything down for massive social engineering, and you're going to wish to God you'd done something later. Everybody better wake up and they better realize what's going on. They better understand it. Everybody's too cool for school, though. But thanks to Drudge and others who actually care, because whatever happens, we're going to win in the end, because communism always collapses.
We need your support more than ever. They're literally trying to shut us down every day by this point. So please support us by getting the products at InfoWarsStore.com, where we have Super Silver Wound Gel Bullet Points. This is new technology that's an advanced patented technology that's forever changed the colloidal nanosilver market. There's been extensive research on silver salt technology, which includes 20+ safety reports, test series, as well as the first ever double-blind, FDA-cleared human ingestion toxicity study done on any silver product. Formula is 24 parts per million. The 32 parts per million version is FDA-cleared as a prescription medical device. It's one of the only OTC products with direct claims against MRSA and VRE, two of the most deadly forms of bacteria that can cause infection. So it's great for first and second degree burns, including sunburn. It's basically an armor for your wounds. This is a protective barrier that guards the wounds and helps keep them from getting infected. I'm definitely going to get some of this. Barrier of protection can last up to 3 days on the skin, which is great, because when it happened to me, when I get these big scrapes down the back of my feet, plasters just ain't going to cover it. You don't even have, bandages. Plasters just aren't going to do it. So this would have been great for that. It's perfect for athletes of all ages in all areas of sport. It is Super Silver Wound Gel Bullet Points, available as an exciting new product right now at InfoWarsStore.com.